Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone has had a good week. Happy Saturday. In today's video we're gonna be setting up my new budget planner as well as plan for the rest of June. And this planner is a digital download. It's from Christina Loves Planning. I will leave her website and her YouTube channel down below. I did created my own little cover with my logo and just some motivational quotes and pictures from Pinterest. And I did already had some disc from when I used to use the Happy Planner. And I'm sorry, in the background you might hear my little kittens. I have them with me in my room and they just learned how to walk, so they're just crying and walking all over the place. But yes, let's get started with today's video. So I'm just gonna speed a little bit through the process of setting this up together, and then I'm gonna explain how I plan to use the planner. So it's all set up now. So just a little flip through. The first page is the cover page where you write your name. Then she has a yearly overview and also a monthly goals you can write. And then I did only print it out June, July, and August. I will be printing out the rest of the months later on this week. And it has a monthly view, a bill tracker, a monthly overview, and expense tracker, seeking funds tracker. And it also has a savings tracker and some other pages, but I only printed out the ones that I knew I was gonna be using. I did not print all of them, so if you want to see all that it includes, you can check out her website. And then as well as a debt tracker and then paycheck tracker. And then it has some notes and task list, and the same for the next month. And the way I plan to use it is this monthly view. I'm going to use it for personal planning as well as content planning for either Instagram and YouTube, as well as anything's going on with my daughter. And then, well, I'm going to write my bills in here. And for this monthly overview, I plan to use it for my subscriptions, for bills, and for when I get paid, my paydays. And I also plan on using some stickers and highlights and stuff to make it a little bit prettier. But since we are starting off almost at the end of the month, I'm just gonna write down things that already came out and just finish using it, and then I will go back and fill in things that I already budget and spend. So now that we write down all our bill trackers, we're gonna write down our subscriptions and fill out the dates on this side. For subscription, my first subscription is Univision, and that is a Spanish app where you can watch TV shows, reality shows, and everything in Spanish, and that comes out on the 8th. But since the 8th is on a Saturday, it would usually come out that Friday. So I'm just gonna write it down on that Friday. And then YouTube Music comes out also that on the 8th. So it will be as well on that Friday on the 7th. And then I do pay for Amazon Prime, and that comes out on the 10th, which is a Monday. And let's write down our bills. Phone bill will be coming out on the 6th. And my internet on the 13th. And my light bill on the 28th, which I also get paid on the 20 days. So I'm just gonna round down payday, and I got paid on the 14th. And I do have annual subscriptions. I do have them written down as well on a sticky note. And the one that I have to pay this month is on the 18th, which by the time I'm posting this video, we already paid it, and that's only $10 a year. And InShot is an app that I use for editing videos and photos, and that's only $10 a year. So I wrote down everything down now, so I'm just gonna use different highlights just to differentiate what they are. So for paydays, I'm just gonna highlight them on in yellow, and bills, I'm gonna do this orange peachy color. That's phone bill, internet, and my light bill. And I'm gonna use this green for my subscriptions. And now we're moving on to budgeting my paycheck from the 14th. And I'm just gonna come back and do this off camera, write down my expenses, and as well as my sinking funds from my binders. So I do have debt. I had to pay taxes this year. What I ended up doing, because I didn't have the money, I used my mom's credit card. So the money, I am paying it to her now, and I owned $360, and that's for taxes. So that's the amount I have to pay. And I usually try to pay her $50 per paycheck. So I'm just gonna write down when I take off that money in here. And I also have my credit card to pay off. I did use it mostly the last 2 months of last year in January to pay gifts and other items, which was not a smart move on my part. So I forgot how much I still own on that, and I will be adding that off camera, and I'll show you next time. Now for my paycheck, the company that I work for is called Parku, and my first paycheck from them was on the 14th by the time you're seeing this, and it was $410. So my variable expenses is groceries, and my fixed expenses are my phone bill, But for this paycheck, it's only gonna be my groceries, and I did put the rest of the money into my sinking funds. So for groceries, I budgeted 300, which is what I always budget for. Sometimes we do spend all of it, sometimes we only spend a few, and that money that I have left over, I sometimes leave it in there as a buffer, or I do pay my credit card with the money left over. Now for sinking funds, what I did was put my saving challenges. I budgeted $20 for that, so that's for my Meaning Wednesday. And for my savings binder, so binders, I budgeted 90. So 320 and 90, that will be my 14. So that's 90. So that will equal 300. And that will be 110. So that is all for that paycheck, which this cash stuffing, you will see it on Monday. And what I plan to use for notes is just write down my hours from my shifts, because sometimes they can vary, especially right now during summer. We are not on a fixed school. What that means is we're not permanent on the same school at the moment. And for those of y'all who don't know, I do work as a janitor for schools through a company. And what we do during the summertime, we usually take out all the furniture from the classrooms and we strip the floor. Stripping means we take off all the wax, all the glossy on the floor, and put on fresh wax, and then put the furniture back. But that also means we have to clean windows, we have to detail the boards, any dust, everything. So for us, most of the heavy work is done during summer. And right now, since we just started with this company, we have been moving from school to school just to finish all the schools that they do have. And then once school starts over again, they give you a specific school where you're gonna work and your shift hours. So that's what I plan to use on this, to write down my hours, because right now our hours are not fixed. Sometimes we work 6 hours, sometimes we work 7, sometimes 8. So I just want to keep track of that. And then, like I did mention, I am also going to use this as a personal planner. So I'm just going to write down the things that I have to do for myself, my family, and as well as YouTube. And also just for brain dump, whatever else I want to write down. But that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I made a little bit of sense of how I am going to be using my planner. And most likely I'll be posting this video every paycheck. We'll try to post it on a Friday or Saturday if I can. The only time I have time to film is either a Friday or a Saturday. But until next time, I hope you have a good weekend, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye.